All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome today to Total Body Strength and Abs with weights. I have 10s, 12s, I have 15s, I have a kettlebell. There's a part where there's an optional band. If you have one, you can use it. Just want to make sure everything looks good. Hopefully everybody's having a great day today. And we are going to get started. Sorry. So hopefully you hear some music in the background. It's not to the beat or anything. You could go to the beat, but you don't have to. For the warm up a little bit. So we're going to get started. This is a strength training workout. So I'm going to put my fitness tracker on functional strength training. And we're going to get started. So this is a circuit style total body workout. And we have 3 to 4 circuits depending on how much time we have. We may have a core bonus. And we're going to get started right away. So let's have those feet apart, abs in nice and tight. Take a deep breath up. Exhale. Take this a few times here. Getting ready for your workout. We're going to warm up for about 4 to 5 minutes here. Good. Open up the chest as those arms come down. One more time. Hold the arms down and then tap it out side to side. Just keep that nice open chest. Nice and light on your feet. Start to engage that core. Shoulders back and down. Let's reach it across. Warming up that core right away. Good. Again. Find that rotation. Good. And let's reach those arms up now. Nice and big. Good. Move that necklace out of the way. Good. 4 more. Hands go to the hips and we're going to step touch because we want to get everything nice and warm. We want to raise that heart rate a little bit, but there's no technical cardio, but there will be a raise in your heart rate because we are going to be lifting heavier weights. Good. Let's reach and pull those arms. Pull it in. I want to warm up that back, so I'm pulling those elbows back. Just show you the side view. And I'm going to take my toe behind the heel. You don't have to go down too low right now. You can start to make your movements a little bigger when you're ready. Good. Give me a hamstring curl, no arms. So keep a slight bend in that supporting knee. Let's add some arms right here. Bring it in. Warming up the chest, shoulders back. Good. 8 more. 8. 4 more. No arms, knees up in front. Up, up. Now you can bring those arms up opposite and keep your hands on your hips. Take a deep breath up and pull it down. Getting that core nice and warm, opening up that hip. 8 more. 8. 4 more. Stand up nice and tall here. Squat down and up. Right there. Right into those heels. Now I want you to hold that squat and pretend you're holding a dumbbell and bring it up and over. This is like our first move. So each circuit is repeated, but some of the moves will be varied. So it might be a different arm position. It might be a different leg position. Good. 2 more. Take those feet out nice and wide. Bend the knees. Hands lightly resting above the knees. Good. Push that hip back. Warm up that inner thigh. Now hold it for 2 and bring that shoulder across. Good. How about singles with a shoulder roll? Open up that chest. You can take that arm up. 8 more. 8. 7. 4 more. We're going to do a little standing cat-cow. Here we go. Cat-cow. You can go a little slower than me if you like. 4 more. 3. 2. Nice job. Bring those feet a little closer together. A little bit more hip distance. Pretend you have a kettlebell in your hand. We're going to deadlift. Down for 2 and up for 2. Now, I want you to slowly go down. Squeeze those glutes on the way up. You have a little hip hinge here. So I have a little bend in the knee. And I want to keep that imaginary kettlebell or weight close to my legs. And slow it down a little bit more. And last one. Nice. Take a deep breath up. Go to a space where you have room to walk out. So we're going to do inchworms or walk out, one of my favorite ways to warm up. So I'm going to bring the arms up. I'm going to bend the knees to come down, or I can come down with a nice straight knee there. Walk it out and just walk it back. I like a little reach up there. So keep going with this. Getting the body used to having a little bit more on the hands. We are going to be doing some push-ups today. Total body straight. One more. And walk it back. Take another nice big deep breath. Open up the chest. Get a quick drink. We're ready to go. So move 1. Everything's 45 seconds. I may go a little lighter on the first set. You know what? You do not need the band for this one. Okay. We're going to have, just like we previewed in the warm-up, we're going to have the weights here and go up and over. Keep it in front of the shoulder. You can do it without, weight as well. I'm going to just have a 10 here because I consider this a warm-up move. We will repeat it. Maybe you can go heavier. We'll repeat it with a different. So each circuit has lower body, upper body, and core. All right, ready? Hold on to that dumbbell. Here we go. Now, as you bring the weight from shoulder to shoulder, I'm overhead pressing, getting nice and low in my squat. So I'm not going to any beat here. Now, if you don't like this double-handed grip, you have an option. You can pass it, but you have to be very careful on that pass. I prefer a double-handed grip because I feel like I go up higher. Come on, you got 15 seconds. Shoulders, abs, definitely uneven with that weight distribution and time. All right, swings. I'm going to take one dumbbell here. You can also use a kettlebell to 12. And we're going to have those feet not too far apart. It's a hinge. Ready? Here we go. So you're coming up to shoulder height. Breathe. Good. So we got that little bit of upper body with that up and over. We're going to get upper body and core for our third move. Notice I'm not leaning back when I come up. I'm going to show you from the side. It's just a hinge and a squeeze. I'm coming up to about shoulder height, like a plank. Keep those abs tight. Heart rate will go up a little bit here. Last one. Bring it down. 15 seconds. We're going to go down, up, plank. That's our core move. You do this on your knees or toes. I'm trying to keep to a 15-second recovery in between. Here it is on my knees. Keep that core tight. Down, down, up, up, right. Down, down, up, up, left. You got 45 seconds. Here's the modification. Now, I'm not going too fast, but I want to keep a good pace. I'm going to show it up on the hands. Now, this is a little bit harder to keep your hips level. So what I want to not do is this as I go down and up. 20 seconds, so I'm going a lot slower here. This is core, definitely heart rate and upper body. Come on, squeeze that core. Protecting the lower back and keeping those hips level. Last one. Of course, they move a tiny bit. Last one. Come on in. We repeat all that. So when we do that up and over, now we're going to be in a lunge. So we're going to have the weight here and then lunge back. If you don't like the lunge, go back to the squat. All right, ready? Here we go. Down. Now I have a little bit of a hinge forward. So I'm putting a little more on my glute. Some of us, when we do lunges, you may have more of a shoulder over, and then you have to take a little bit bigger step back. Again, you can do this one with the pass. Like I said, I'm going to keep that even grip. If you don't like lunges, that front knee is over the heel. You can always go back to squats. 5 seconds. Imagine you're on that railroad track. And last one. Whew. All right. We have those swings. Option on this one, you can go side to side. It's not a squat, it's a swing. All right, ready? Weight in my right hand. Here we go. Make sure you have a firm grip. 45 seconds. We're going to do another plank move, but we're going to use it with dumbbell with this one. It's going to be a plank drag. So remember, for move 2, you can always repeat what we did if that was your favorite move. It's going to be similar, but I like to offer variety. So you could do the regular swings here. Squeeze those glutes. This is a glute and hamstring and core move, not an arm move. 3, 2, 1. Good. Put it down. Woo. Take one dumbbell. We're going to get into a plank, and we're going to drag that dumbbell under. Again, you can do it on your knees. I'm going to start out on my knees. Here we go. So I'm going to drag it under, plank. Drag it under, plank hold. Drag it under, plank hold. So I'm encouraging you to find that strong plank before you attempt to grab the dumbbell and drag it. Whew. Core is tight. I like that little pause there, so I can really squeeze. Again, if you like the down up plank, you're going to do that. Oh. Come on. Try not to let that hip move. Long reach to the crown of the head. Come on, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Sit back. You can take a little child's pose here. Whew. All right. Next one, the upper body move is going to be a combo move. It'll be a different combo move second time around. This workout's going to fly by. All right, so we're going to have our palms forward, 4 wide rows, and then when you come up, 4 bicep curls. 3/4 of the way up, all the way down, palms up. Next time we do a different move, okay? So I'm going to grab my 12s again. Get a little more reps in between circuits. All right, let's set it up. Now you go at your own pace. Notice I'm not bending at the wrist. I'm not looking up at the camera either. I'm trying to keep a neutral gaze. Oh, these are harder for me. Maybe get a few sets in, but I want you to lift heavy here. Definitely feels easier for me on the row, but don't worry, we're going to work the row. Again, it's a wide grip row. Come on. Try not to swing those weights. These are feeling heavy. Good. We'll probably get one more round in. Really squeeze. Keep your ears away from your shoulder. Unhinge for that bicep curl. Make sure you really push into those feet when you come up from that hinge position. Put them down. Woo. All right. This one, you can take that band right over the knees if you want. Don't have to. Okay. It's a 2-count goblet squat. So you can use a booty band, a fabric band here. I'm going to have one dumbbell, pulse, pulse, and up, okay? Pulse, pulse, and up. I'm going to go with my 15-pound kettlebell. All right, ready? Here we go. So just gently pushing against the band. You don't have to feel like you break the band. That double pulse gives you a little more time to have that tension. Push off those heels, squeeze those glutes. So when we think about glute activation, sometimes we squat without engaging and squeezing the glutes. You need to squeeze those glutes, get at the bottom and squeeze on the way up. You can do this with no equipment as well. If you're just starting out, run through it without equipment. I'm just holding that kettlebell. You can also hold it this way if you like that grip better. Whatever suits you. Last one, squeeze. Whew. Nice job. All right, take that band off. So it's a little bit annoying if you think that's annoying to use the band, but I think it's worth it. All right, we're going to go half kneeling. So we're going to take this left leg forward, and I'm going to take a lighter dumbbell. Ooh, sorry about that. That's what happens when I go to the floor and I'm too close to the mic. All right, so this one, we're going to wood chop. So you get a little front delt, but more core. Right there. So I love the half kneeling position because it's a little harder on your core. You can also do this standing in a squat or a staggered squat. Keep that slight bend in the elbow. Now I'm not throwing, keep going. I'm not doing this. I want to keep a slight bend in the elbow. And my eyes might follow it, might not. Depends on what your comfort level is. Feeling a little bicep, of course, but the predominant move is core. You're in that half kneeling position. Little sense of urgency as you come up, but it's a controlled swing. It's a wood chop. Like you're shoveling or digging. Good. Last one. Bring it in with control. Very important. Come on up. We're repeating those three. So this one is going to be, we're going to have 4 rear delt flies. Palms face each other. Okay. And then 4 hammer curls. Okay. So my challenge on this one, I would say the rear delt fly is a little harder than the regular row forward. I'm still going to go with my 12s here. So we still have biceps and back. All right, I'm going to show this from the side. Hinge, nice strong core. Long reach out the crown of the head. Keep the dumbbells apart. Here we go. 4, 3. Try not to jam the weights up. And then you come up, hammer curl. You can stagger it. And now come back down. You want to make sure you can control the weights. Like I said, this is harder for me with the rear delt fly. And then you come up. Just going to make that little adjustment of having my feet a little closer together for the hammer curl. I'm going to keep my feet a little closer together, challenge my balance on this one. Again, we're going to get 3 in. Woo. Round 2. Woo. Push and bring it down. Make sure you're lifting heavy here. All right. No band for this one. So we're going to have our feet a little wider. We're going to thread 1 dumbbell under. This is going to be with a little controlled pulse. It's not about speed, okay? So I'm going to be on an angle here to show you. Come down, weight in the heels, and we're going to slow pulse as we thread that weight through. So we're getting core, yep. But I want you to think about legs. Don't overthink threading it, and make sure you're pulsing right into your heels. So it's a little bit of an uneven leg move here. Uneven with that weight under one leg. Eyes are forward. See if you can go a little lower. We have a little burn on this one at the end. Little surprise. Now hold it. 2, and then 2. A little bit extra leg burn. 2. I'm not pulsing fast. I'm trying to get low. I'm going to show you from the side. We only have a couple more. This is like a little bit burner challenge. 3, push into those heels. 2, ooh, and 1. Almost didn't catch it there. Come up. Woo. All right, come to that half kneeling position for that wood chop. I love to work the core from different angles. So I'm going to take my 10 again. All right, get that breather in. And hips are square. And here we go. So a little bit about core. I like to do some in plank, some maybe standing or like this half kneeling. And then some maybe on our back in a traditional, more crunch position, which we'll be doing. We're trying to really multitask here. So when I work our abs, we're really going to try to use some resistance, especially when we're working it into a total body strength workout. So I invite you to go heavy when you can, but always true to how you're feeling on any given day. This feels a little awkward to me on this side. The other side felt much better, but that's what it's about. Feeling those imbalances. And time. Take a break, get a drink. Moving on to circuit 3. So we'll be doing 4 circuits and possibly bonus abs. All right, 20 minutes in, circuit 3. This is perfect. All right. You knew chest was coming. So we have a push-up with either a down dog or a push-up with a child's pose. So let me show you while you're taking your little break. If you're just starting out with push-ups, I want you here, push-up to child's pose, okay? Just get used to having those elbows back and a nice strong push-up. If you've been doing push-ups for a little while, come to your toes and do a down dog. I may throw in a launcher there, okay? All right, 45 seconds. We are not repeating this. It'll be a weighted exercise. Here we go. First one is always a little rough. Sometimes when I do these, I do the push-up on my knees, and then I might go to that down dog. So you have options. Just find your plank. Now here's the launcher. I did this in my last workout on Friday. A lot of people really like the launcher because it works the quads a little bit. So I like this combo. Try it, especially if you're doing the push-up on your knees. This is a nice variation. Keep your core tight. Remember, when we do push-ups, when we do anything, we're always working with that core engaged. And whenever we're in a plank, you know we're working core. Last one. And time. Nice job. Roll out those wrists if you need it. Come on up. We have curtsy to squat. You can use 2 weights on this one. So we're going to curtsy with this leg behind. Remember, you want to keep your hips square to a squat, okay? I'm going to just stick with my 10s because I want to be able to talk my way through this and not be so winded. All right. Ready? This leg's going to move. You can do this with 1 weight at your chest as well. Here we go. Curtsy. Keeping that head aligned, making sure you're not rounding through the shoulders. I like this little suitcase grip. So you're coming up after the curtsy and then squatting. Beautiful. Remember, you can do this with no weight. You can do it with 1 weight at your chest. I'm really feeling my quads from the launcher and from the lunge. Press into that heel. Let's do 1 more. And time. Nice. All right. Moving into a side plank hip drop. So we're going to go to our side. Now we're going to repeat all these. So just remember, what side you were on last time. Oop. Move a little bit further over here. Now you can either stack here, okay, and do your hip drop here, okay, or you can be right here. You could also have this top leg forward. I'm just going to lower my mic, get into position. See if that helps a bit. Sometimes when I go to the floor, I'm still learning this setup. All right, so get into your position and drop it down and up, down and up. So stack is harder. You want to make sure this elbow stays as best as you can under the shoulder. You can have this hand behind your head. You can have it here. I like it up, or behind the head works too. Loads of variations of this one. So you can have that knee down. Sometimes you reach under. And if you're feeling like, I can't do it, hold it. If you really need to, just come down, make that little adjustment. That way you're still in it, okay? And you're still working. Okay? It's a good way to build up. So if you're just starting to go to that full plank, put my hand here. See how that feels? Do it as long as you can comfortably, and then make that option, that little modification, and bring it down. Woo. All right. Ooh, come on up. Get a drink. We're doing all that again. All of it again. All right. Starting with the chest move. So we are going to be down on the ground. Now, on this one, you can repeat the push-up if you wanted to. We're going to be doing, we're going to have our hips up, okay? We're going to go down with a fly to a narrow chest press. Now, if you don't like adding in the glute bridge, you can hold the glute bridge up, or you can just have those feet down and hips down. But I like to add a little glute and core to where we can do it. So I'm going to stay with my 12s because the chest fly, I usually have to go a little lighter. All right. So you want to make sure the heels aren't too far out. All right, looks good. So we're going to bring those hips up, shoulders down away from your ears. 45 seconds, we go down and up. Now, on this one, my weights feel heavier on the chest fly. If I was just doing a narrow chest press, I probably could go heavier, or just a wide chest press. But these combo moves really do challenge you. Make sure that you can effectively bring the weights up from the chest fly without bending that elbow too much. There's a slight bend in it, but I know I've been working myself on a little bit more range of motion. And when you're in your shoulder bridge or glute bridge, whatever you call it, make sure that the ribs are not flaring. You want to stay strong and just squeeze those glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in with control. Nice job. We have that curtsy on the other side. So get that same increment that you had for the curtsy on the other side. So we're going to be curtsy, squat. Okay? Other leg is your mover. Ready? Banging these out. Here we go. So make sure you come up. So what I'm not doing is this. Okay, you want to unhinge. So you get that full range of motion. Come up. That's hard work in there. Push into that heel. Make sure you're not stepping too far back into the side. Hips are basically square. Nice job. You can move at your pace. If you wanted to do these with body weight and wanted to move a little quicker, go ahead and do that. Especially when you're learning the moves. You want to practice them with just body weight. Shouldn't say just, because that's hard work. Find that balance. Try to have that little bit of hang time there. Right there. 3, 2, and give me one more squat. And time. Nice. All right. We have that side plank on the other side. Let me grab a quick drink because it's summer here and it's humid out. Even though I'm inside, it's humid outside and I'm feeling it here. All right, come up into the side plank of choice. Here we go. So right here is your modification. I'm going to start here so I can talk to you. Again, you can have your arm up or at your hip. The slower you move, I personally think the better it is. Make it a little harder. So again, stacked with those feet is a little harder. Just check that you're not leaning into this shoulder. We don't want to be here. Hold your head up. Really pull those lower abs in. That's going to protect our lower back and really fire up the transverse abdominis. Even though we're working a lot of obliques here, that bottom oblique is burning. 4, 3, make sure you're breathing. 2 and 1. Nice. Stretch it out. And we are going to move on to circuit 4. So circuit 4 is going to be a little bit more tricep. We are going to be down on the mat for the first one. So this one we will keep the same both times, but we're going to work the right and then the left tricep. This one you might want to go a little lighter on. So it is a combo, upper body and core. It's a hard one, but I love this one. I will give you options. So if you're somebody who likes to have both hands on dumbbells, take 2 dumbbells with you. But we're only going to be lifting the left arm. So you're going to be in this all fours position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So we're going to lift the right leg behind you and hold it there. Okay, we're not really moving it yet. Then we're going to pull this elbow up and we're going to kick it back for 45 seconds. Option to be here, or you can do it standing, okay? Now make sure you're not doing this. So if your weight's too heavy, you want to make sure you're activating the tricep. If you come in too far forward, I'm exaggerating, you're going to feel it not in your tricep. It's just going to be like a swing. Now you can also do this option, but I like to hold that leg up first. Okay, see how that feels. Lowering and lifting is a little harder. Try to keep that shoulder away from your ear on that opposite arm. I'm working my left tricep. Core is working because your body is like, wait a minute, you have a dumbbell in one hand, you're doing a kickback, and the opposite leg is up. This is a variation of bird dog in yoga or in Pilates, and bring it down. Whew. So make a mental note. If you worked the right arm, next time you'll do left. I was working my left there. All right. One of my favorite moves. Come on up. You can go a little heavier here. We have a staggered deadlift. Now, since I worked the left arm, I'm going to my left foot forward. Staggered deadlift to staggered squat. So you don't have to worry about moving this foot, and you go a little heavier here. So I like 2 dumbbells. But you can use 1. If you use 1, you have options here too. I like it in this freehand. I've also seen it where you can go down, clean it, and do that. But I'm going to have 2 weights to go a little heavier on my deadlift. All right. Ready? Left leg forward. Here we go. Hip hinge. Keep that suitcase grip for the staggered squat. I'm going to show this from the side. Now we previewed this with both feet down in the warm-up to get both hamstrings a little warm. Make sure your weights are heavy enough. You hinge at the hip. Think about a glute bridge when you send those hips back. So you hinge, keep the core tight, and then you squat. So this is more of a squat, but it's staggered. Really squeeze that left glute. The back toe only has about 20% of your weight on it. You go back to the front, keep going. You have about 5 seconds left. That left leg should be feeling it. Let's hold it here for a pulse, a little burner here. If you need to take those dumbbells down, you can. I know I didn't tell you about this. We'll do it on the other side. Try to lighten up that back toe. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Put it down. Woo. All right. Next one, we're going down. Now, since we worked triceps, we're going to work triceps again. This is a skull crusher, okay, to a leg lower. Again, you don't have to do the leg lower. Weights are right up. So I'm going to do a skull crusher and a leg lower. Right there. You can also hold on to one dumbbell. I'm going to get you guys going, 45 seconds. This will be different next time around. So we did unilateral triceps with that kickback. We're doing another exercise for the triceps. Now, if you wanted to here, you could just have your legs in tabletop right here. The knees more over the hips. You could single leg go down from here. But keep those elbows over your shoulders right here. Or you can take both legs down. A little harder. Make sure those elbows stay and your back stays strong. And I like to have an imprint here. Really push up through those triceps. Oh, bring it in. Whew. All right. Take a little break here. All right, we're going to repeat all that. This is going to fly right by. We're at the 35-minute mark, which after this round, I will do a core bonus. So we have that kickback with the right arm. I'm going to face this way. I am going to use both dumbbells to support that wrist. All right, pull the core in. Notice I'm trying not to tuck. I'm in that neutral pelvis here. Whew. All right. So bring the left leg out, the right arm up, and kick it. So, I'm really feeling that tricep because we just worked it with the skull crusher. Plus that arm is supporting you before. So I'm going to try to do a few here with the leg lifted, keeping my hips square as best I can. Now I'm going to lift and lower. Long reach out the crown of the head. It's hard, especially when you look around, and I have to look at the timer. Now, keep going. What you don't want to do is flick the wrist. You want to just go back and in, okay? The more you squeeze the tricep, the better it is. I'm going to hold mine up. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Stretch it out. Check triceps off. Come on up. You're going to get that same weight you had. The right leg forward. Deadlift. Staggered squat. Any of those options. If you have one weight, remember you can do that snatch, but I'm just going to go heavier here. Want to feel that right glute. You definitely going to feel that core. Here we go. Single leg, suitcase staggered squat. And pressing in to that right heel. Remember, it's not one foot behind the other. You have a little bit of a diagonal here. So my toe is a little bit offset. Squeeze through that right glute. Almost there. Remember, the more you squeeze, even on the way down, the better it's going to be. Breathe. Push into that heel. One more. And we forgot that little pulse, didn't we? Pulse it down. Almost forgot it on this side. Now you can have your weights in front if that's just not feeling good, I have them a little bit to the side because that's where they were on that squat. I'm going to slow it down. This leg is very light. All your weight's in that right heel, not the front of the foot. Ooh, get lower. Hover there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up with control. Ooh. All right. So pull over now. So we're going to focus a little bit more on back. I promised you another back exercise. So again, now this one, you can do it just with the pullover. I'm going to have 2 weights pushing into each other. Because I did these yesterday with heavier weights, I'm going to go with my 2 10s. You can also hold on to 1 weight. But if you're using 2, try to push the weights into each other, create that resistance. Now remember, on a pullover, I say this all the time, it's not a skull crusher. So it's not this, that's a skull crusher for triceps. You're going to have your weight here, you're going to go back and up. Slight bend in the elbow. But like I said on the chest fly, if you have too heavy a weight, your elbow is going to bend to help bring it up. Same thing on the pullover. You want to make sure your lats in the back bring that weight up, okay? So if you need to, come up, put 1 weight down, and reevaluate, even if you need to go a few seconds over, okay? All right. Now I am going to combine it with a glute bridge, but a single leg glute bridge. So we're going to bring the hips up. Okay, we're going to bring our right leg up. Okay, hold this glute bridge, and we're going to go down and up. Again, if it's not for you, you're just going to stay with a regular glute bridge, or I'm going to change halfway through, or you can just keep the hips down. I'm going to lower and lift my leg just to make it a little more exciting. You got to keep those hips up. Think about the lats, and then you're going to bring that leg up, and then you're going to just switch sides. So I know it's a little longer interval. So you're either going to hold that single leg glute bridge, okay, with that leg up, or you can bring it up and down. So in a single leg glute bridge, you usually don't go down as far or up as far as a regular glute bridge because you're a little bit more compromised, okay? Couple more. Come on, 5 seconds. If you can sneak 1 more in or want to, sneak it in here. Keep pushing into that right heel. Good. Bring it in. All right, get a drink. We have a little core bonus. 41 minutes in. We have a little, maybe 4-minute core bonus here. I'm going to get a quick drink. So we attack the core from standing or from half kneeling in a plank and in all those combo moves. So the first one, we're not going to use any equipment. And then we're going to bring in some equipment. Okay. All right. So first one, we're just going to have our knees up, and we're going to go single, double bicycle. Okay? Now, if you're just starting out, you might want to just go here or here, okay? Keeping that 1 foot on the floor at all times, okay? These are going to be 45 seconds each. We're not repeating any of these, okay? Bring it up. I'll show you ways to make this harder. Lift up onto the tips of the shoulder blades. Hands are light. Here we go. Single, hold. You want to get that little isometric contraction or that little hold. Now, if you're like, oh, I want to step it up here, you could do a hollow hold bicycle. Both legs out in hollow, and you're just going to alternate. There's no hold here because this is a harder position. So go by where you feel most challenged, but safe in your low back. Okay, I'm going to stay with these. Remember, single, double bicycle would be your option. So I'm looking for that spine to imprint here. This is a hollow hold. So alternating, you have 5 seconds. and time. Woo. Good job. Woo. All right. We're going to have our one weight. Do this with no weight. You can do it with lightweight. Okay, so we're going to have the weight here. I'm going to have my knees bent a little. And I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders up. And I'm going to do a weighted sit-up here. Now, I'm going to do 45 seconds of this. It's like a weighted roll-up. I like to keep my head, neck, and shoulders up. Now, if you want to make this a little harder, bring the weight closer to your chest. It's harder to come up, okay? But if you like that weight further away, that's going to be a little easier. It's like a weighted sit-up. Alternatively, keep going. You can stay right here and maybe just add a little crunch, okay? And maybe put your head down in between. So find what works for you here. Head is neutral, so I'm always kind of looking out in front of me. It's a little shoulder, but it's more core than anything else. And last one. Whew. All right. We're going to bring it into a plank position. A high plank. I'm going to have my hands on dumbbells. I'm going to use my red dumbbells because they're a little smoother. All right. So I'm going to be in a high plank and we're going to do a double spider. So we're going to bring that knee to the outside of our elbow so that inner thigh faces the ground. So it's a little bit harder and it's a lot more core, but it's slow. So we're going to establish that plank. Here we go. Now you can let that leg float in between like that, but don't race it. You can tap it down like that. Keep that glute nice and tight. Oh, these are hard. Usually I do these in single. Double's so much harder. So again, just come back to that plank whenever you need to. Oh. We did a lot of planks today. You're almost there. Come on, we're in the home stretch. We're going to have one more exercise after this. Pull those lower abs in. I'm right there with you. One more each side. One more. And time. Oh, you get a nice little shoulder burn there too, for sure. All right. Whew. Okay. This one we're going to be doing a Russian twist. I love this one. But I'm going to give you an option if you want to mix it up a little bit. So you can have your weight in both hands. Lean back. Now I see people do this with their feet up. I do it also. But if you feel better engaged in your lower abs and your back, lean back more and get more of a twist rather than be like awkwardly going from side to side. Okay, you can have your legs up, but you don't have to. And again, if you want a little bit of a variation, you're going to bring that weight up in front. Okay, this is also, it's like a rainbow. So I have my hand in the back of the dumbbell and I'm going to grab it in the front. Okay, so see which one you like better. I'm going to start off with this one and then I'm going to go to a Russian twist. You get a little more shoulder here. But on the Russian twist where you're going side to side, you also get shoulder, tricep, bicep, because you're getting a little iso hold. I'm not going directly overhead, I'm going a little bit in front. And here's the other variation. I like to do 2 pulses. Here's legs up. Definitely harder. And definitely more on your low back. I try to keep my heels up, even with the knees. Come on. Up and over. Open up that chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Nice job. All right. Let's see if we have a bonus on this little list here. All right. How about we do in and outs, a little extra. We're always a little extra. So you can be here. You can be here. Okay, you're lowering and lifting slowly. Okay. Or you can be here to here. Okay. So many variations of the in and out. You can take your legs out to a V and then come up. Okay. But simple is here, not simple to do. Okay, keep going. Find your happy here. So you can also hug the knees in, keep your shoulders melting down the back. Okay. I just like to kind of tap my heels. Don't forget, we're trying to pull the knees in here. So you want to create that crunch. Sometimes hip flexors take the brunt of it here. So you can also just do one leg at a time. Keep one foot on the floor. Loads of variations. You have 5 seconds. What are you going to do with it? 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. High fives. Great job, everybody. All right, total body strength. I didn't use the band too much, but maybe next week. I think I'm actually, maybe today even, I will try to record a travel workout, total body with a fitness loop, because I recognize that not everybody has the fabric ones. These are a little bit more easily acquired in like Target, Five Below, Amazon. All right, we're going to stretch. First thing we're going to do is go into child's pose. And then take the arms to one side, stack the right hand over the left, bring those arms to the right. And bring it over to the other side. Try to stack. You can always separate the knees a little more here if you're feeling tight. Get that nice stretch up the side. Beautiful. All right, let's come to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to do a little cat and cow here. Think about articulating that spine. When you do that little extension right there, keep the lower abs tight. And don't worry about your head coming up too high. Come back to center. Set the hips back. We're going to bring the right arm up. And we're going to thread the needle, go head under, let it touch, and then bring it right back up. I'll show you a front view. So we're going to keep it moving for 4, and then hold the last one. So this is about opening up the chest, and then get that nice rotation through your center. I'm going to hold the next one, okay? Hold it here. Relax this arm, breathe into your shoulder, breathe into that twist. Spinal twist and that upper back. Come back to center. You can add in another cat and cow here. Feels so good. Come back to neutral. Bring the hips back first. So you're going to need that little adjustment there coming out of alignment to accommodate that thread under. And then this is a nice one because you don't immediately have to go into the fullest expression of it. I want you to think about that rotation. You're bending the supporting elbow to accommodate that arm threading under. We're going to hold the next one down. Notice if one shoulder's a little tighter than the other when you open up. Hips are high here. Breathe into your shoulder. On your next exhale, come on up. We're going to go into a downward facing dog. So we're going to just stretch out, pedal the feet. So feet are about hip distance apart. If you like them a little wider, you can do that. Hands are about shoulder distance apart. Hips are high. And then just stretch out the back of the legs, calves, hamstrings. Even if your heels don't touch down, you're going to feel this. There's a lot of ankle mobility here as well. Good, let that head hang heavy. And now walk the hands in. Really try to control it through the core here. Try not to move the hips too much. Fold over the legs, bend the knees, and ragdoll up. Big shoulder roll. And let's just finish stretching out the upper body. So bring your right elbow up. Press that elbow in and down. And then you can take a little side stretch. I'm going to show you what's happening here. So I have that little side stretch right there. That hand goes on the opposite shoulder blade. Other side, we already stretched out that shoulder with our thread the needle. So I hope you enjoyed that. It went fast, I hope, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bring the hands behind, open up the chest. I like a little tuck the chin in the chest here, and really bring the arms up, feeling that nice stretch through the chest. Press back, the back of the hands go down, the arms pull away. You can bring your head back up. Great stretch to do if you're at a desk all day, you're doing a lot of driving, feels good. And then let's just reach up and over. You're going to take a deep breath up. Bring your hands into your heart and have a wonderful day. If you need additional time stretching, please take it. And I will see you next time.